Staff training, and I know Rob was talking about it yesterday, staff training is huge. You know, the staff need to really represent the business as if it was their own. And I empower all our staff to say, you know, they ring me up, what do we do here, what do we do there? Just make the decision yourself as if it was your money. And that really brings focus to them to go, what would I do if it was my money? And the decision's made, because they're not going to make any different decision than what I would make.
It's just what I would like it to be. It's great in many ways, and some of the things are going beyond imagination. Of course, as an organizer, you know what's going on behind the screen, so you see some little mishaps every now and then. But overall, it's an absolute success. If you were in business, you would say the first one was a startup, and it was good. It was in a difficult location, where the airlift was very difficult. So I had to look for a better place, and St. Martin is so far ideal because we got good airlift, we got good backing from the airport. They are the host. They're fantastic people to work together with. Good team, very strong, and so that makes life and the whole organization easier. But also for the attendees, they get better quality sessions, and the whole operation is is better.
Sandbars Commuter was founded in 1995. We started operation in April. The caravan was on our mind since the beginning, even though we made the switch up only in 2009. That's when we took delivery of our first caravan. And by 2013, we had 4 of them. It's been a great addition to our operation. As of today, we accumulated about 11,000 hours, but that's, I think, close to 50,000 landings and cycle, because we do so much short trips. And I mean, I could sit there and list you a list of qualities of the caravan, but basically it comes down to 3 things: flexibility, reliability, and low direct operating costs. And of course, that's good things for any AOC operation. So we're very pleased with that product. Bud did a great job organizing this. We should all thank him a lot, because I've been able to meet people that are not very far away, but we don't get to see each other. That's an ideal place to meet each other, exchange, and also talk to the various stakeholder authorities and so forth about our problem and what needs to be done to improve aviation.
What about safety? Is there any have we got any examples of safety problems in the area because of the control, air traffic control, on the ground safety training?
And one of the other challenges that we face is that the training is only in English. Now, we know that English is the official language of aviation, but in fact, the ramp agents are very likely to speak only enough English to communicate, and written materials are a challenge for them. And I think in large parts of the Caribbean, we haven't addressed how do we really train the folks who speak French, Creole, Portuguese, and Spanish. And that's something else that I think we need to look at.
So it's very important, because when if you're alone, in your little place, you tend to forget what's happening around. You have to communicate, you have to exchange. It gives us ideas. So sometimes we give ideas, sometimes we receive ideas, because especially with our neighboring islands, of course, most forwardly. But if we don't exchange, there are lots of things that go missing. So we really have to continue this connection we have with this inter-island connection that is going on right now. So Bud is doing a fantastic organization here, and all the ones helping him, of course. But this is something that is growing. I really feel it, because it is needed. That's why it's growing every year, because it's really needed, I think.
I wish to confess once again that I am not a technical expert in the field of aviation. But as I do work within the tourism industry, I see the impact of air transport and its potential for growth to better facilitate tourism, particularly as it relates to inter-island tourism. I'm astounded by that figure, that the most tourism-dependent region in the world only gets a 2% share of stopover visitors. And I think it's incumbent upon all of us to see how we can grow that. Could you imagine growing that by just a further 1%, the impact that that would have on our various destinations?
We were fortunate to get this building for our Tourism Information Center. And this is in the heart of the UNESCO World Heritage Site in historic Paramaribo. We're working closely together with the tour guides, and they assisted us in cleaning up the building. You don't have the funds, you don't have sufficient funds, so we're working together. People are helping each other to make this work. What I've seen and heard so far, a lot of information, insights that were shared amongst the participants, challenges, of course, and I think, having a conference is extremely important, but it is also necessary to work on the follow-up. There are so many restrictions. Those were mentioned several times. So we have to work on that. As a region, Caribbean region, I'm confident that we can do a lot more together.
Synchronized, much easier to have a precise image that we want to put forward for St. Bart's in the world. For example, well, we have chosen to not communicate too much. We have to communicate, but not too much. We are really concentrating on 3 areas: South America, North America, first of course, and I would say mostly Western Europe. But we don't communicate really much further, because we have attained the sweet spot when it comes to visitors, to tourism. We have exactly the amount we need today. We don't need more. So when it comes to development, we don't want to develop quantity in these days. That is finished. In the contrary, we try to limit now as much as we can. Now we are developing quality instead. That's something you can do all the time. Yeah? Develop quality is something you can do all the time. So that is what we do now. That is the kind of development we have chosen to follow.